Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Warships. Today I'm in a division with two of my friends, and I'm playing the ARP Haguro, which is a tier 7 heavy cruiser. It's a friend to the Mayoko, which is also tier 7, and it's basically the same thing with a different camouflage, let's say. When it was first released, this camouflage was supposed to somewhat hide your ship. I'm not really sure it does that, but hey, why not? Anyway, this battle starts pretty slowly, but I think the start is interesting anyway. So, let's start a bit about the Haguro. It's a heavy cruiser with 203mm guns. They pack a punch, they are very good at setting fires, and most importantly, the Haguro, and by extension the Mayoko, got long-range torpedoes. By long range I mean 10 kilometers. So there's one lesson that you should really use when playing this kind of cruisers with long-range torpedoes. Just use the goddamn things. There's a rule. You miss every shot that you don't take. So if you got torpedoes, just use them. Even if you are not sure. Look at that. I'm not even sure the Zara is going to come that way. Or if he's going to catch my torpedoes because he's way too far. But I really don't care. My torpedoes don't cost much. And I might hit him, and it can do a lot of damage. The Zara doesn't have a heal, so each torpedoes that hit is going to cripple him for the remainder of the battle. Because these torpedoes kind of pack a punch. They do 17,000 damage apiece. So if you hit one or two of these on a cruiser at tier, they are not really going to like it. They don't have any heal, just like the Zara. So they are definitely going to be forced to stand back for the remainder of the battle. And that's what I'm looking for. Now, if you like this kind of advices, well, subscribe to the channel because we are going to see a lot more in the future videos. And yeah, 2 torpedo hits. That's pretty good on the Zara. As you can see, these torpedoes were by no means guaranteed to hit, but still 2 of these hit, and 24,000 damage for free, basically. Because I didn't take any kind of damage, and he did. Now, let's talk about the battle in itself. I say that I'm playing with 2 of my friends, so I'm in a division with Catastrophe in the Lazio and another friend in the California. Now, I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of my friend in the California because, well, otherwise he's going to make fun of me for the remainder of my days on Earth. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to call him Simon. I think that would be the right name. We are kind of lacking map control in this battle. We lost 1 ship more than the enemy team, so things are not looking very good. We might walk into a crossfire in this one, so we have to be extra careful. And we have to make sure that the trap doesn't close on us. And we have to get rid of all enemy ships pushing on this side. That's why I was kiting, and then I was thinking, well, I'm for life, I absolutely need to have an impact on this one. So let's do a U-turn and try to have the said impact. Now, they still have a destroyer on our side, and the split is going to kill him. Or 270 hit points, maybe I can take a shot. Yeah. The split killed him just before I managed to take my shot, so that's good. That's all good. That's pretty good. Thank you, Mr. Split. So we still have a Sinop, a crippled one, a Bismarck, a Colorado, and a crippled Zara. And things are looking pretty good. The Sinop is still burning from the fire that I said before. And he's definitely not having a good day at all. And that's looking pretty good actually on this side of the map. Because on the other side of the map, well, things are definitely starting to look pretty grim. We are definitely losing ground, and we absolutely need to at least counter the enemy push on this side to release the pressure on the other one. Now the Zara is stuck behind the island. Yeah, he's spotted by our destroyer. Now, this Zara is going to be a huge pain in the butt because he's behind this island, I definitely cannot push past this island. Because, well, the Zara is going to catch my broadside and to kill me very quickly. So I absolutely need to find a way to get rid of this guy. And for that, he needs to get out of his island at first. That's going to be an issue. So I'm launching some torpedoes and we will see. Loading the high explosive in case he just had... Well, in case he has a bad idea. And then I see that he's pretty angled, so loading the high explosive. It's not going to one-shot him, but at least he's going to take a bit of damage. Now, let's shoot at the Bismarck. Oh, that one is tempting. That one is really, really tempting. But if I don't shoot, I might surprise the Zara. And that's just what I did. But I got surprised by the planes of the Zara. So I got spotted after all. That's one torpedo hit. And that's a second one. So goodbye, Mr. Zara. Thank you for playing. Well, he just got shot by a Haguro. How shameful. Now, this leaves us with a Bismarck that is running away because he's being, well, he's being transformed into a lighthouse. At the moment, he's burning quite a bit. And there's still a Colorado. The Colorado can be a bit of a pain because his guns can be pretty accurate at times. And even if they are not really that accurate in the first place, even a broken clock tells the right time twice a day. So let's be careful about this guy. Let's launch some torpedoes just in case. Just after dodging the first salvo. Yeah, just by turning in. Okay, that's good. He was probably expecting me to carry on my actual course. Now, let's just top into his general direction and maybe he will get top just like the Zara. You can see that the torpedo angles are not very good. They are really... Well, it's a kiting ship. It's a ship that you definitely use to run away from the enemy. You definitely need to do that in the Haguro. If you want to charge up the enemy, you are at a disadvantage. Because the third turret is turned rearwards. So if you are charging towards the enemy, you cannot really use it. And the torpedoes are turned rearwards as well. So you absolutely need to run away from the enemy as much as you can. Now, do my torpedoes look good? I don't think they do actually. Yeah, he's going to dodge them all because he's hugging the map border. As you can see, Catastrophe and me, we are just hammering this guy. But he's a battleship after all, so he can survive quite a lot. And yeah, that's some shells in my direction. Oh, this could hurt. Wow, this could hurt if it actually hits the target. And it didn't, so it didn't hurt at all. Now, Mr. Colorado, I think you're about to have a very bad day. You made yourself some friends and not the right ones. You're going to take quite a lot of damage. The laser is going to just set him on fire again and again, and I can do some actual damage into him. The problem being that he stopped focusing me, he's now focusing on Catastrophe, and Catastrophe is pretty low on health. So I absolutely need to kill this Colorado as soon as possible to help Catastrophe. I cannot really use the armor piercing because on the Haguro the armor piercing is pretty good, but nothing really special. And that's the thing. I prefer to use the high explosive because it can set some fires while doing the same amount of damage as the armor piercing at such a range. So I strongly prefer the high explosive in this situation. No, I'm broadside and stop. So yeah, I definitely need to move forward. Okay, 400 HP. Come on, guys. You can do it. Come on, Catastrophe. No! Oh, the torpedoes there are going to kill him, and that's pretty good. Thank you, Mr. Split. This Split actually did some really good work on this side. That's good. And as you can see, Saiban is pushing forward with his California. Now, we are having a bit of an issue because the other flank just collapsed. And we have an Iowa pushing towards us. And the Iowa is pretty scary when you're at tier 7. Like, for real. This thing is scary. The guns are accurate, and the shells are pretty quick compared to the ones in the North Carolina, which takes forever to land into the target. The guy is hitting. Oh, come on. Can I get the kill? And yeah, that's good. That's one less tier 9. Yeah, that's 6 less 406mm gun, so I really like it. Now, I don't really know what's on the other side, but we still... Well, we have an advantage. We have a 2-ship advantage, but our ships are pretty crippled. The Split, the Bismarck, and the Lazo are pretty crippled. And yeah, the Split just ran into a white Kagero that just, well, went through the middle, or were just sitting here. And that's going to... This guy is really going to be an issue. Because we don't have any destroyers anymore, and we only have cruisers, and none of us got a radar. So it's going to be pretty hard to spot this guy from afar, and he will be able to outspot us all the time and to, well, set some traps with his torpedoes. The only good news is that I got the radio detection finding skill, which gives me the direction of the nearest enemy. More bad news. We have Riga. I haven't seen this guy for the whole battle, so I'm not sure he's going to be that good. And Catastrophe in her laser doesn't have that much HP anymore. So that's definitely not going to help. The good news is that I managed to force the Kagero to run out. But there is an attacker somewhere around here.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
And it's not going to help. Definitely not, because the attacker is a pretty strong tier 8. It's basically Mayoko with more HP and a heal. That's very important, a heal. And better turrets, basically. Turrets that are turning faster and better torps angles as well. So, Catastrophe is engaging this guy, but yeah, she's not having really any success at the moment. I still need to dodge the torpedoes, because the Atago does have torpedoes as well, just as the same, well, it's basically the same torpedoes as I do have on the Haguro. So, yeah, I'm in a tough spot. Basically, I have a destroyer on my side, I have a cruiser shooting at me, and I absolutely need to cap at the same time. And it's at this point that I must make a decision. Do I keep chasing the Atago while I have a serious health advantage, or do I turn right in order to capture? While I'm not sure that with the time remaining it can really do a difference. And even worse, we have Saiban in his California fighting against a Bismarck. But it seems like he's winning the fight, which is pretty weird actually. I know Saiban's a good player, there's no denying that. The only thing is that when it's a tier 7 against a tier 8, he can get overmatched from absolutely everywhere, and he's still kicking, so that's pretty okay. That wasn't what I really expected to happen, but anyway. So I just took a turn, and then he had the torpedoes, so I'm going to lose quite a lot of HP. Yeah, that's half of my health gone, and now my health advantage on the Atago isn't there anymore.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Yeah, and that's even worse. More torpedoes. Yeah, there's quite a lot of torpedoes actually, as you can see. I dodged quite a lot of these. Yeah, even more torpedoes, because yeah, why not? And here's the Kagero. So I managed to catch up a Kagero that was running away from me, which is pretty weird in itself. The problem being that my turrets are pretty slow. These are really the Japanese turrets. And while I am engaging the Kagero, the Atago is engaging me on the other side. I managed to kill the Kagura, which is pretty good. Launching the Hydracoustic Surge in case this guy torpedoed us again. But there's really not much I can do. I mean, this guy got a lot more firepower than I do because I need to stay angled. I'm too far and he's angled, so I cannot really use my armor piercing. I'm basically doomed right here. As you can see, he's going to kill me on the next salvo. And yeah, the Riga isn't doing anything because, well, this guy isn't... I don't know. With the help of the Riga, we could win this one. But the Riga decided to go to the capture point, which is going to, well, lose the battle, basically, because there's not enough time for us to catch up the enemy team when points wise. So that's pretty sad because we fought it like lions. We made sure to take every possible, well, to do everything possible in order to secure this victory. And we have this guy in the Riga that instead of helping us decided, well, I want to capture this point, and it's just going to lose us the battle. As you can see, 10 singles remaining, and yeah, 40 points of difference between the two teams. We're going to lose. Yep, 3, 2, 1, and yeah, here's the defeat. So, I really hope you enjoyed this battle, folks, because that's it for today. I wish you all a very good day. I will see you all, well, maybe later this week, because I got a lot of videos to show you, and I can't wait to record the other ones. So stay tuned. You might see another one this week. Have a good one, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.